Welcome to the Edge Market Update for the close of July 21st, 2023, and we'll start with new crop corn. We're on the December contract, and on Friday we closed at $5.36 per bushel. We rallied sharply this past week. On Monday through Wednesday we rallied about 50 to 60 cents per bushel, and on Wednesday we topped out at about $5.63 a bushel. Tested that again on Thursday, but had some profit taking to end the week on new crop corn. We did rally through this 547 level, which was good, but we did give that up on Friday. That was a little bit disappointing. I really wanted to see us hold that 547 range if we could at the close of the week. But in regards to moving averages, we did hold the shorter term moving averages. This is the 50-day moving average at 531. We bounced off of there, and we are seeing some of the shorter term moving averages start to converge again, which should build kind of like a wall of support almost for price if we can bounce in those areas when they do kind of connect themselves. But longer term, it does really look like we have a double bottom formed. That's a really good sign for this market, as crop conditions are likely to decline again with a hot and dry forecast coming, and pretty poor subsoil moisture in the corn belt. So have some bullish headlines behind us here. The U.S. dollar has been weakening. It did bounce back up higher, had a little bit of a recovery last week, but that does look to seem to be potential for that to weaken here in the future, which would give us another tailwind behind commodities as well. So would really like to see this 50-day moving average, the 20 days at 523 and the 9 days at 519. Would really like to see this range hold and bounce, and perhaps we can retake that 547 level, and then above there, pretty good resistance here at 575. That's going to be pretty key to get above if we want to have any shot at retesting those highs from the middle of June. Strength indicators, obviously when price is really strong, we were extremely strong on these strength indicators, but we have weakened but have rallied here. Initially looks like we've kind of peaked on strength, but certainly we're more in a neutral range right now, so there's no issue with that. Money flows, we actually did top out this past week. We saw a large move up in price again. Still, really wouldn't get too aggressive, I don't think, on any sales. We have the opportunity to get back up higher here. We're just not that strong yet, but we were overbought in the short term. And then long-term momentum, we are negative, but we did make a crossover higher here, and it was actually a higher low, so that was really bullish in my opinion as well. And we are moving back towards that neutral line, so the long-term momentum of the market is moving back closer to neutral, so that is a good thing. But again, would really like to see new crop corn hold this 530 to 520 area as support this week. If we do, I think we have a good chance of overtaking this 547 area again and challenging 575. Moving on to new crop soybeans. Extremely bullish picture here. We did have some profit taking at the end of the week, but we did hit that 1428 level from last year, which was the high on December 30th of 2022. That was the last trading day of 2022. So personally did sell some new crop beans at that level just because I think the trade wanted to see that hit, and it made sense. It's a good profitable level. So we did see some profit taking into Friday. The 9-day moving average is at 1379, so I think that will act as some support. And then we have this very steep trend line from the lows back on May 30th. As long as we're above that trend line, which on Monday that'll be at about 1370. By the end of Friday, that trend line will be at least 1390. So really want to see that hold. If not, pretty important support here is at that 1338 level, and the 20-day moving average is at 1346. So really if we do fail at this trend line here, really do not want to see 1338 fail, as that would easily open up the door to go back and down and test a 50-day moving average at 12.70 a bushel. So again, if we keep holding this support line, there's a good chance we'll test this 14.28 again and see if we have any legs on a rally, if we can break above to a new high for the year. So that would be pretty exciting. Strength indicators are very strong. We're at levels where I would consider to be pretty good in regards to making some new crop sales. Money flows, we were strong as well. We were very overbought. We did close on Friday under this 80 level, which I like to see if I'm making any sales. So potentially could easily test this neutral line and bounce back higher, or we could potentially just, if price were to open up strong on Sunday night, we could easily see that travel back above if prices were strong. And long-term momentum, we are comfortably in a positive market again. So the long-term structure of the market was obviously very weak back in June. You can see how far below we were the neutral line, but look how far we are back above the neutral line now. It's very positive, and hopefully we can continue to move higher, and we'll have some bullish tailwinds behind us on some fundamentals here. But I do think where we're at, it is maybe a time to manage some risk on some of your bushels, whether that be potentially making some new crop sales or putting in some floors. I think a lot of people feel a lot better up here at 14.28 than they did when beans were trading in the high 11s, even back in late May, early June. So take that into consideration as we move forward. When you look at your crop, if you think you're going to have some bushels to sell, take that into consideration. But other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to call anytime. And thank you for your business, and thank you for watching.